Long, long ago, before the rivers forgot their songs, before empires rose and crumbled into dust, there lived a woman born of fire and thunder. Her name was Amina, daughter of Queen Bakwa Turunku. The blood of warriors coursed through her veins, and where others saw duty, she saw destiny, a destiny unlike any ever written, for she would command armies, bend kingdoms to her will, and love fiercely, on her own terms. This is her story. The storm-born child Amina arrived during a storm that split the skies open. The court whispered, "A child born amid thunder must surely carry lightning in her heart." As a girl, she defied tradition. Where noble daughters danced and wove silks, Amina raced stallions across fields of guinea grass. She trained secretly, with guards, her palm wood blades leaving splinters in practiced hands, but it was not rebellion she sought. She chased freedom, the kind promised in winds that swept across open plains, a mother's teachings. Her mother, Queen Bakwa Turunku, watched her silently. The queen understood power comes with sacrifice. Strength, her mother would say, is not only in the arm that wields the sword, it is in the mind that chooses when to lift it. Amina listened, and in the quiet of night, beneath a sky littered with stars, she vowed, "I will lift our people higher than the mountains themselves." At 16, she rode into her first battle. Villages that once looked upon Zazzau with suspicion soon bowed to her leadership. The markets brimmed with goods from as far as Timbuktu and the Sahara's edge, but she faced resistance, not from the battlefield, but from within palace walls. Elders questioned her ambition, rivals sought to undermine her claim, yet each doubt only sharpened her resolve. The scholar of Kano. The scholar arrived from Kano, a city of wisdom and ancient knowledge. He spoke of stars and secrets, of histories buried beneath desert sands. His mind was a world of its own, one Amina found herself wanting to explore. They debated philosophy over firelit evenings, unraveling mysteries of past and future. For the first time, Amina felt seen, not as queen or warrior, but as a soul yearning for something more. And so, she chose him, paying his dowry herself, an act met with gasps and disapproval. "Why should a queen pay dowry?" they murmured. But Amina was unyielding. "A queen does not wait to be chosen," she said. "I decide my fate." Together they shared passion and ideas, reshaping her perspective on leadership. Yet love, like seasons, must change. When their time drew to an end, Amina set him free, granting him land and honoring the lessons he gifted her. Between loves and seasons, Amina conquered. Zazzau's borders extended beyond Kano, reaching into Borno, Gobir, and Nupe. She commissioned fortified walls, ensuring her people's safety, but peace was never eternal. Internal strife, jealous chieftains, and foreign powers sought to diminish her. Deeper political exploration and palace intrigue. Betrayals tested her spirit, but each moment of doubt only served to strengthen her grasp on power, to unify her expanding empire. Amina embraced cultural rituals from conquered lands. Festivals celebrating harvests and victories echoed through Zazzau's streets. Stories of her bravery were sung by griots, who immortalized her deeds in song and memory. It was during one such festival that she met the blacksmith of Katsina, a man of simple words yet great strength. His blade sang when struck, humming with power. Amina admired his craftsmanship, steel forged with passion. When she chose him, tongues wagged again, but her resolve never wavered. "I need you," she told him bluntly, the heat of his forge a reflection of her own inner fire. And once again she paid his price, 20 camels, goats aplenty, and gifts for his family. They loved passionately, both fierce in their crafts yet respectful of each other's strength. But as with all seasons, it passed, and the blacksmith left his heart full and honored. Neighboring rulers envied her growing power. Diplomacy danced hand in hand with war. She negotiated trade agreements, solidified alliances and quelled uprisings. Her legend grew, yet with greatness came loneliness. The star reader of Borno, quiet man with wisdom etched in his gaze. He saw beyond her crown. He traced constellations on her skin, reciting the stories of women who became storms and queens who became legends. He did not seek to tame her wildness, only to marvel at it. Their love was gentle, reflective, a brief respite from the battles she waged both on and off the field. When he departed, he left behind more than memories. He built a school beneath the stars, dedicated to her, a place where girls could dream and rise without fear. The toll of years of war etched lines into her heart, as much as they expanded her borders. Victories gave way to losses. Each new conquest brought fresh challenges, rebellions, betrayal, the weight of leadership. Amina remained resolute, but the fire began to burn low. The final years a nation at its peak, her empire was vast, her people prosperous, her name spoken across distant lands. The fortresses she ordered still stood tall. Markets thrived, bolstered by trade routes that stretched across continents. But beneath the roar of victory was the weary whisper of a woman who had given much of herself. The final husband Amina sought not conquest, but peace. She found it in a humble farmer, whose laughter calmed storms in her mind, whose hands planted life where war once took root. "You are peace," she told him, "and I have known war for far too long." Together they wandered fields at dawn, far from palace walls. For the first time she felt safe to rest, her battles behind her, her heart lighter with each passing day. Her passing, she did not die on a battlefield or in a palace adorned with gold. She passed beneath the shade of a neem tree, with her final husband's head in her lap, as wind danced through the millet, and the land she fought so hard to protect breathed in peace. Conclusion and legacy. Her story did not end with her passing. It lived in the walls she built, in the markets that thrived, and in the hearts of women who refused to be silenced. To this day in Zaria, young girls are told, "You may choose, you may lead, you may love without apology." And when thunder rolls across the plains, some say it is Amina, riding once more, her sword at her back, her heart boundless, and the world forever beneath her shadow.